Welcome into the studio with Todd, Hudson, and John. This is our numbers video where we talk about all things voiceover numbers for VO Marketing Pro and the group they represent. My numbers, my voiceover business, and Todd's business, voiceover business. So I've been struggling starting these things out lately, I think.
Doesn't matter. We're off the cuff. We're easygoing. Yeah. So are our
I might be off the show. Anyway, we're gonna do our numbers today from this past week, and we're gonna start out like we always do with Johnny on the couch.
Johnny on the couch. Johnny on the spot. So 48 warm responses this week.
Well, we've been in the upper 40s here, like a broken record, which is great. I mean, that's not a problem.
You're going to think we're making those numbers up, but we are not. It just seems to be staying in the 40s. So then we had 8 auditions and 6 jobs reported. Well, no, that isn't true. It would be 8 with Hudson. It's 2. So we've got 2 for Hudson, as I said. 2 for Brian De Silva.
Oh, young guns.
Yep. Greg Campbell booked a job. Kimberly Young booked one with a recurring client. Deanna Johnston and Clark Casey.
Nice, Clark.
Yep. So
Todd Barstas had one too.
That's right. Todd Barstas. We don't include that in the numbers. We probably should. We could do that with the new ones, I guess.
Let me just write that down. I mean, it's direct email marketing.
Oh, it is 9. Yeah. So we'll
go
with that
because it's a new client.
Yeah, it's a new client. Yep. We'll go with it.
Just because no voiceover actor left behind. That's our policy.
And just between you and me and the fence post, we do have a few that are not only auditions, but we do have some that are a little bit even better than auditions that people are like, it seems like we don't like to report them because they haven't booked the job yet specifically, but it seems like there's a few that are out there that are pretty for sure.
Yeah, and again, you know of the jobs, but you don't know who the jobs are with.
Correct.
We don't tell you that.
Nope.
They tell me the voiceover name of the person
who got a
job, Brian De Silva or different things, because it's public knowledge. Because all I have to do is look at the Facebook.
Correct.
And
that's all you know beyond that.
And I do look at the Facebook because I get encouraged and excited about it. Yep. So,
but we want to be upfront about that. That you don't.
We just talked about transparency in the Todd's tips, so that's right there too.
Yep. And did you, as part of your housekeeping that you're going to talk about a little bit later, is that going to be about just encouraging people to report their numbers? Were you going to talk about that, or do you want me to do it right now?
Yep.
Well, I just when you're starting a business, a lot of you guys have started it or are in the process of starting. You know how those victories, those small little victories help you. And when you report your numbers to us, it's not just simply, a lot of people that we do business for, there's a percentage that we get from their jobs for doing the marketing that we do. But it's also really an encouragement to us, VO Marketing Pro, when we find out that you've booked a job. That's very encouraging. We celebrate, literally sometimes, clapping or
walking in the door, fist pumping or something like that.
But it's also encouraging to people who are just starting out in direct email marketing, or those that have been doing it for a while and maybe it's been like this for them, or they're in that long haul mentality, but it's taking some time to get some traction. When you report your numbers, when you report your jobs booked, that's very helpful for the whole group. So if you'd be kind enough to do that, I know you're busy. I know that life happens, business happens, and when you book a lot of jobs, sometimes it's easy to forget. But if you can try to remember, please do, because it's an encouragement to us and to those that watch.
And we're talking about recurring ones, even from long-standing recurring ones. Right. If you think, well, they're probably bored of hearing about that. It's like, no, those are maybe the most important ones, because we know that you're consistently getting work from a company, and that you've built that. Built that great reputation with them, and so any jobs you're getting from VO Marketing Pro, please let us know. And we do have people that let us know how their own efforts are going.
Yes, that's fun,
and that's
too.
Nice too to hear, because it makes us. It's an encouragement, because we know that you're doing some marketing too, and you're not.
Well, and they also
putting
know
all your
the
eggs
process.
into one basket, and it's good to have a lot of different arms of marketing out there.
I'm just going to say it. Please don't tell me that direct email marketing doesn't work, because it does. You have to be in it for the long haul, and you have to put out a pretty good number of emails regularly. And then you have to stay in contact. But if done correctly, it does work. I've proven that over the last 10 years. Hudson is proving that. There are people in our group that are proving that, both on the voiceover mark. And let's be honest, there are some people that have been with us and left, and they're doing it themselves, and they're doing well. So it works. It's just whether you want us to, represent you, or you want to do a hybrid, which is the best. The more, the better. The longer, the better.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
There you have it. All right. I'll do my numbers. I had 3 warm responses this week. I had 0 auditions, but I did book a job from a company in Dubai, $250 for a session. Did that on Tuesday morning. Correct? Tuesday morning. Then had a recurring client from North Carolina, $400. That was the big one that helped me out. So I had $650 in direct email marketing, 1 new client, 1 recurring. And then I had one job on Upwork, $90. And then I had I had 4 jobs on Fiverr, $10, $20, $10, and $7. So my voiceover alone, not editing from Dad, I made $776.60 this week, which
wow, good.
Got to my $750. And then Dad had a bunch of work this week. I don't know. He had a bunch of work for me, at least editing wise. The clients that I edit for him, I did 17 hours of editing, which is $340. So grand total of $1,116.60.
Yep.
So.
And one of the things I regularly tell Hudson, and I do it on these videos, and that is that even though it's good that he wants to have just voiceover sustain him, and eventually he will, any way you can keep the lights on while you're building, your business, while you're trying to gain traction, especially in the direct email marketing, which might take a couple, 3 years to really get good traction. He's into his 3rd year and he's getting some traction, but maybe not as much work as he'd like to in the voiceover realm, but he's doing voiceover related things to keep the lights on, to keep going and hang in there. And I just encourage people to do the same thing. Do whatever you need to do to stay in business. Me?
Yep, on to
All
you.
Right. So I had that one session with a direct email marketing client. First contacted them, my assistant Andy did, in February of 2022. It's the first time they have responded, and they had a job for me. Nice. It was 500 euros, which is $548, depending on the day. That was a session I did yesterday morning. Upwork, I struck out. I don't know how many. I probably did 5 or 6 proposals. Thought I did well. Probably did 10 voices.com auditions, not as many as I have the last couple of weeks because I've been a little bit slower. It struck out as far as now. Fiverr, a decent week at $1,389. $1,389. My direct email marketing, $4,317.35 for a total of $5,706.35. $5,706.35 for my week.
Just below your.
My goal is $6,000 per week, so that's about $300,000 a year. I'm right in the ballpark, as I said, I think last week, of being on track the last 3 or 4 years that I've made over $300,000. But it's always nice to get up closer to that amount that you want.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'll just say then too that, like I've said, my goal is $750, and I don't exactly. I should maybe check to see where I'm at right now. In just voiceover alone, I don't usually add the editing that I do for Dad in that. But these numbers here, last year at this point, I had made $4,000. And at this point, I've almost made as much as I made last year. Halfway total. Mm-hmm. Well, in just voiceover. Mm-hmm. I had made $4,000 in just voiceover last year at about this point, and at the start of the month it was like $12,000, and I'm almost to that point where I was at last year with just the voiceover that I had made, not your editing. So anyway, that's just, and my direct email marketing has gone up this year, which has really helped out. Obviously Upwork has as well. Fiverr's a a zero for me, kind of. I'm just putting in my time and hoping that at some point the code will be cracked and I will put my time in and I will start making some Upwork kind of money like that, like Upwork has. So anyway, that's just another advertisement for direct email marketing. I make my most money off of that once again. So anyway,
John's got
I had
some
one
stuff.
last thing with just housekeeping is that we're getting towards the end of the month, but we're also getting towards the beginning of July, which we all know in the United States that it's 4th of July, Independence Day, and so lots of people take off the week. This is a interesting one because it's on a Tuesday, so some people probably want to take off the whole week, or they're going to take the week off before, and so we're just careful around that time sending out. So there might be, you might get out of the 40s there. Maybe it'll go down, but in warm responses. But we might be sending out a little. We will for sure be sending out less around 4th of July. This next week will be. Joe's the one in charge of that, but I just want to give a heads up that the next couple weeks will be not as much sent out. As we always say, for those that are listening the first time, you will get your amount that go out for the month of July, but we are careful around the holidays, and also the beginning of the month is when we really clean out our make sure our database is good and cleaned out each beginning of the month. So heads up on that. So
it's always kind of a bittersweet for me, even at this point in my career, for there to be a Tuesday national holiday, because it almost always takes a day or two to ramp up. Well, then you're already almost a whole week. And it's like, I didn't make very much money, but that'll happen
Everybody's
to all of us.
boat.
Try your best to, enjoy the time off, take a long weekend, celebrate a little bit, have a good time, and get ready for that last push through the 2023 year.
well, thank you for watching this numbers video. Like I said before, you can find all of our past numbers videos, how we did and stuff like that, in our voiceover related businesses in that numbers playlist. So you can also check out the Todd's Tips playlist as well. That has all of Todd's tips in there. And then if you're interested, we have a podcast that our family does every Wednesday. So you can check that out in our podcast playlist. So we'll see you there, and thank you for watching.